Hey, have you heard of
Yeah.
the memory palace technique?
Yeah, I actually, as I was talking about the house thing, it kind of reminded me. So tell the audience about the memory
Yeah, so
palace.
I was struggling. I could remember my bits, like my 3 minute chunks of a story. And like that's easy for me. Remembering the order and how they flow together was the tough part. And so I started doing research on memory to see. Well, at first I spent years just saying, oh, my memory sucks, whatever. Then I said, I'm going to stop saying that and see if maybe I just don't know how to use memory properly. Let's go to the memory experts. Found the memory experts, and they have this technique called memory palace. And basically that's where you could, like, the way I'll tell you how I use it versus trying to explain exactly what it is. I use it to, like, the visualization in my head of walking into my house, like the front door. I associate a joke with that front door. For example, it's a joke about my beard. So I imagine that the front door is this giant fuzzy beard. So I'm walking into my house and I see this giant fuzzy beard of a front door. Then I open the front door and my wife and 3 kids are in the kitchen, which is the title of my next joke. And then I do one on the refrigerator door, and then one with my son sitting at the kitchen island, and then one with the dog in the chair, and then one. And so I have all these. The joke's not about a dog in the chair. The joke's about my wife hiring a dog to smell mold. But uh, so I have all these things. My wife was in a movie, so I look at the TV, and so it turns out that your brain is really good at spatially remembering that and walking through these paths that you walk regularly, and so you can associate memories with them. And the more colorful the memory, like the giant fuzzy beard, the magnet that's on the fridge, all the different things, the giant dog and the tiny chair, all of these, the craziness of it helps you remember it. And I can tell you, in fact, you can stand in front of 500 people and you can, if you lose your spot, John, you can just remember what room you're standing in and about where you're standing in your mind, and just look around that room in your mind and pick the next thing that you want to talk about.
I love it. That's so cool for your comedy routines, but our listeners can use it for anything.
Everything. Yeah.
And it's a technique I've used as well. And I'm glad that you brought it up because it's a good reminder. It would be helpful for actually, like right now I'm have a new 10-minute keynote that I'm
There you
working
go.
on, and this will definitely help me. Although it's often with keynotes, you can often cheat because you
Dude.
often have slides to
Yeah.
and people, listeners, I don't know if I've ever said this on air before, but please don't ever put just text on your slides. Like just kind of like the story that, like, going through the house that Joel was just describing, your slide can just be a picture.
Oh, for sure.